First Saturday night game now is at the SCG between, of course, the Sydney Swans and the resurgent Geelong Cats. Now, boys, we were talking about it last week on the show. If you were listening to us and got on board, well, at least these two in any case. But we were talking, and I did say it even though I tipped against them, but I did say that the Swans are starting to look tired. They are starting to look fatigued. That young, the young sort of back half of their players, like the kids aged, say, 20, 23 and under, are just starting to look just a little bit tuckered out. Gee whiz didn't show up on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They looked buggered. And look, I know everyone goes on about, no Franklin Brant. And it's like, no. Look, come on. It starts in the centre. And once again, as I mentioned in the other game, the four biggest disposal winners they had was Lloyd, Kennedy, Parker and Mills. The usual suspects. Mm-hmm. But where was everyone else? Like Dawson had, I think, 20-22.
And Mills wasn't even in the middle. Mills was down back for a lot of the day.
Exactly.
They're toying around with him down there again because of Rampy being out. I think they just look like the walking wounded at the moment. They're like
just a young team doing young team things.
But it's amazing, like that wave of momentum they had, where they were the AFL's hot property. Can they get back to the finals? Can they win a flag? All talk stop. Very, very.
I'm glad that we called it as well, like the advisors, because I know Richie may not have tipped the Suns, but you did call it. You called it. You said it's coming soon. So I'm glad that we called it. We know what we're doing. You'd
like to think so. Whereas on the other hand, Geelong's back. Mm-hmm. Geelong is back. Now that is the win that they needed, and not just against some pushover babies, but you get a contender.
Well, they turned West Coast into pushover babies. That's it.
But West Coast, until that game, was still thought of as a contender.
Yeah, but West Coasters just do what West Coast does. They're just flat-track bullies. They'll go back to Optus this week. We're not going to talk about the Eagles for long, but they'll go back to Optus this week and get a big win, blah, blah. That's a huge win for the Cats. 100 points, nothing to turn your nose up at.
But against a contender, do you know what I mean? That's really what I'm saying here. It's a big difference between beating West Coast at your home deck versus North at your home deck. And that's going to set them up going forward now. I really like Geelong. I really like them for this, to the point that I am going to pull out a lovely custom Italian leather handmade boot, and he's starting to get. No, I'm not. No, I'm turning a new leaf in 2021. I'm not going to beat the living suitcase out of you this time.
Thanks for looking after the Rwandan straw hat.
Well, they're not common, not easy to come by. But yeah, look, Geelong is my shoe-in for this week. I think I'm 3-1 on shoes at the minute. I'm pretty happy with that. Something along those lines. That's not bad.
We're all going on pretty nicely.
Yeah, we actually are. Unreal. But no, look, I'm genuinely, this will be one of the midfield battles of the round, I reckon, because you're going to have Kennedy, who had 42 on the weekend. You've got Parker, who's having one of his best seasons to date. Mills is rolling through. Whereas, on the other hand, you've got Duncan, who's looking lethal all of a sudden. I feel like Dangerfield now not being there releases everyone else to just do what they're doing. Menegola's recovered. He's back in. You've got Hermit Guthrie running around, collecting touches at will, do what he wants. That's going to be a decent midfield going head-to-head with each other.
Not wrong.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yep, absolutely. Should be a good game.
I honestly can't actually add anything. I got Cats 40 plus.
Cats 40 plus.
Really, you stole my analysis. Like, once teams work out kids and rookies, they're toast. The kids don't have anything else. No other clubs
Gold
in the
Coast
bag.
Have shown us that for the last 10 years.
Yeah, there's no other clubs to in the bag to lean on. So, once the teams figure out their Wandwood, that's it.
And to make matters worse, I think two big outs that probably won't seem like them on the surface, but no Hewitt, no Blakey. That's a lot of defensive running that's just gone from that team. And a lot of the stuff that Hewitt does especially is your defensively minded stuff. Like, he's not flashy, lets other blokes get about it.
Yep.
He works his guts off when he doesn't have the ball.
And Blakey's one of the few players in that team that have a bit of X factor. Like, he's not been having a massive season, but every time he gets the balls in his hand, you just don't know what he's going to do with it. And teams need a little bit of that, and without it, they're just bunch of blokes again.
Could be problems for the Swans. Let's have a look at a couple of bets, boys. Now then, look, I went to town on this one. Actually, I'll save this till last. You boys go first. What you got bets for?
Look, I know a couple. Bradley Close for a goal, $1.83.
You said that last week as well.
Yeah.
How'd he go?
He got up.
There you go.
So they kicked 100 goals.
Yeah.
How many goals?
Want to get up?
and Tomahawk for 2+. I think you have a nice little day down back. So
what did the Zebra tribe of Rwanda have for this game?
40 plus, mate.
40 plus?
40, do you know what? I'd even look at like 60 plus. Like, I know they're playing at the SCG, I believe. Yes, they are, as I look at Richie's notes. 60 plus.
Slaughterhouse.
60 plus is the bet. Well, because when Cats, as I know, because shout out to Cam, first shout out to Cam Popperwell. He's got me on predicting well with the Cats. He seems to have that good read. And one thing that he's taught me is when Geelong are travelling well, they're travelling well and they like to put the pain on the teams. They're not like the up and down kind of... Like you see Richmond. Richmond will win by like 20 points and they just get the W. Like Geelong, they'll go... I reckon they're going to go on a bit of a stretch for the next couple of weeks. And I think 60 plus.
60 plus.
60 plus,
You heard
baby.
it here first, boys.
As onions.
You heard it here first.
I'll look up what it is now.
All right, so this is a dumb one. I went to town here. So I'm looking at Isaac Smith 20 plus. I'm looking at Callum Mills and Jake Lloyd and Luke Parker 25 plus.
Okay.
I'm looking at Jordan Dawson 20 plus disposals. He's done that, I think, the last 3 games running. Mitch Duncan anytime goal. He's got a little bit of a taste last week. I think he will have another one. Now this is the big one. Tom Hawkins anytime goal scorer in the fourth quarter. Has done that every game in the last, I think, 5 games now. 5 games straight. He's kicked a goal. It'll be 4 or 5 games. It's minimum 4. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Nice.
He's kicked a goal in the fourth quarter.
Nice.
So throw all that together and it's paying $25.
I don't hate
That is actually unreal. Mine, I've got 2 locks of the week this week. My second lock of the week is going to be Geelong at the line because it's minus 12.5. So that's $1.90 for Geelong to win by 13 or more points. Holy, oh my,
13 or more.
I'm about to have a heart attack here. Yeah, $1.90 for Geelong to win 13 plus.
Easy.
$4.50 for 40 plus. $4.50 for 40 plus. I'm picking my line right now, so bear with me. Well, Dan, you read out your bets.
He just did. You sausage.
Oh yeah, you said close. That's right.
Mong.
All right, $11 for Geelong to win 60 plus.
I put worse money on things at $11 than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could bet on North Melbourne every week, or you could bet on Geelong 60 plus.